Gentlemen, the time has come to reclaim what the world has tried to strip away: your power, your focus, and your destiny. You were not put on this earth to chase. You were not designed to beg, plead, or prove your worth to anyone. You were born to create, to conquer, and to lead. There are men, few in number, who walk with quiet confidence. They do not chase, yet they are never alone. They do not impress, yet they are always remembered. These men operate with a different code, a secret mindset that separates them from the masses. Let me reveal to you 5 of their unshakable truths. Remember this: chasing is the act of the uncertain. Attracting is the result of alignment. You were never meant to run after love. You were meant to run after greatness. Let your purpose be your magnet. Let your self-respect be your shield. And let your vision be so bold that those meant for you will walk into your life without being pursued. Build the man, and everything else will follow. The average man wanders through life without a clear direction, drifting from one moment to the next, hoping to stumble upon success, love, or happiness. But the man who never chases women has discovered a fundamental truth: that all power begins with purpose. He does not waste time chasing what can never satisfy the deeper calling of his soul. He has decided who he is, what he stands for, and where he is going. This decision alone separates him from the herd. While others pursue temporary pleasure, he builds permanent progress. While others beg for affection, he becomes the man who attracts it naturally, effortlessly, unavoidably. This man wakes with a reason, not a routine. He does not scroll to numb the mind or wander through the day hoping something exciting happens. He creates excitement by pursuing something larger than himself. His life is not dictated by emotion or chance. It is guided by design. And in that design, women are not the center. They are a reflection of the quality of the life he has built. If they arrive, he welcomes them. If they leave, he does not stop walking. He understands that a man with a mission never needs to chase. In fact, the moment he does, he begins to lose what makes him valuable. He views his time as sacred. He knows that energy wasted in pursuit of validation is energy lost from his vision. His days are not filled with shallow distractions, but deep commitments. He has written down what he wants. He has visualized it. He has aligned his habits with it, and he guards it like a man guards treasure, because he knows that in a world full of noise, those who are silent in purpose speak the loudest. His focus is rare. And because it is rare, it is respected. He does not call, text, or plead for someone to see his worth. He lets his path, his discipline, his results do all the talking, and in this silence something powerful happens. People begin to notice, opportunities begin to open, and women, who are naturally drawn to strength and direction, begin to gravitate toward him. But by then, he is no longer looking for someone to complete him. He is whole already. And from that wholeness, he chooses. He does not chase. What drives this man is not desire for attention, but desire for impact. He wants to build, to lead, to create. He wants to stand before his life one day and say, I made this with intention. And that intention is his compass. It gives him clarity when others are confused. It gives him patience when others are desperate. It gives him peace when others are anxious. Because he is not moving aimlessly, he is moving toward something. And every step is deliberate. The man with purpose does not chase because he does not need to. He is already becoming the kind of man the world runs to. A man who has not mastered his emotions is like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the winds of impulse take him. He may be brilliant, talented, or even strong, but without control over his inner world, he will forever be a slave to the outer one. The man who never chases women has learned this early. He has trained himself to feel deeply without being ruled by what he feels. Emotions are tools, not chains. He does not suppress them, but he refuses to be their servant. Where most men react, he responds. Where most collapse under pressure, he remains calm and deliberate in moments of rejection. Where the average man pleads, over-explains, or spirals into neediness, this man stands still. He knows that emotion, if left unchecked, will turn dignity into desperation. He has no interest in convincing someone to want him. Instead, he observes, he accepts, and he redirects his focus back to what truly matters. His emotional discipline is not coldness, it is power under control. It is the awareness that not every impulse deserves action, and not every feeling deserves a voice. When he feels lust, he does not chase. He understands that desire can deceive, that physical craving is temporary, and that acting on it without vision leads to emptiness. He channels that fire into purpose, into progress, into power. That energy fuels his workouts, his business, his self-improvement. He does not let it leak through endless texting, late-night scrolling, or chasing what does not serve him. Each time he conquers the urge to act on impulse, he strengthens the foundation of a disciplined life. Each time he pauses instead of pursues, he affirms his self-respect. This emotional mastery gives him a rare advantage. While other men panic when they are ignored, he remains centered. While others spiral when things don't go their way, he adapts. Emotional maturity allows him to walk away when necessary, not in bitterness, but in peace. It keeps his dignity intact when things fall apart. It allows him to speak with clarity, to act with principle, and to attract not through effort, but through presence. He is not easily provoked. He doesn't argue to win approval or react to every slight. He sees the bigger picture. He knows that his time and energy are too valuable to be wasted on battles that don't matter. And because he holds himself to a higher standard internally, the external world begins to treat him accordingly. His calm becomes contagious. His presence commands attention without demanding it. He has become the eye of the storm, not because the storm doesn't rage, but because he has chosen not to be consumed by it. The man who masters his emotions becomes immovable. He does not chase, because he knows that what is meant for him will be drawn to the strength of his stillness, not the chaos of his reactions. The man who never chases women has adopted a mindset that most will never understand. He operates from abundance, not scarcity. He does not believe in the myth that love is rare or that attention must be earned through begging, pleasing, or chasing. He knows that the world is overflowing with opportunity, not just in business, not just in wealth, but in connection, in alignment, and in the kind of relationships that elevate rather than drain. He understands that what he desires already exists, and he refuses to degrade himself by running after its scarcity is a lie created by fear. It whispers that time is running out, that this one person is your only chance, that if you don't act now, you'll lose everything. But he sees through this illusion. He has looked within and found enough competence, enough direction, enough clarity, and because he is already full, he does not need to reach outward with desperation. He is not afraid of rejection because he knows rejection only redirects him towards something better aligned. He is not afraid of silence because his value is not tied to someone else's response.
His abundance mentality gives him patience.
He does not chase because he knows there is no need to rush. What is real cannot be forced. What is aligned does not have to be begged for. While others are busy trying to hold on to what isn't working, he releases it without fear. While others settle for less out of fear they won't find more, he raises his standards knowing that what matches his growth will always come. This man has options not because he manipulates, but because he has made himself valuable. He has built a life that others want to be a part of. He has cultivated his body, his finances, his mindset. He has direction and discipline. And because of that, people gravitate toward him, not out of pity, but out of respect. And yet, he is never arrogant. He does not view people as trophies or targets. He simply understands his worth, and because of that, he does not chase to prove it in his world. Lack does not exist. If one connection fades, another will arrive. If one opportunity closes, 10 more are waiting. This belief creates freedom. It allows him to be detached, to walk away from anything that compromises his peace or disrespects his purpose. He no longer needs to chase affection because he has become a magnet for alignment. And even when no one is watching, even when he stands alone, he stands tall because he does not seek wholeness in someone else. He has found it within abundance is not about having everything, it is about needing nothing. The man who lives from this truth understands that attraction is not about effort, but about essence. He does not chase women because he knows that what is real does not require running after. It only requires becoming the man who no longer doubts what he deserves. Focus is the sharpest weapon in the arsenal of a man who refuses to chase. In a world designed to distract, he has trained himself to concentrate not just on work, not just on money, but on becoming. He understands a simple truth that most ignore: energy flows where attention goes. And because he values his energy, he does not give it away cheaply. He does not divide it across dozens of meaningless conversations, emotional roller coasters, or fleeting attractions. He does not chase women because he knows that every moment spent chasing is a moment stolen from his mission. He wakes with intention. His calendar is not filled with scattered commitments, but strategic steps. Every task he touches aligns with a bigger picture. While other men are wondering what to do next, he is already in motion. While others are distracted by who texted back and who didn't, he is creating something that cannot be ignored. His time is not governed by impulses or notifications, but by the purpose he has chosen to serve. And because of this, his presence carries weight. When he speaks, people listen, not because he is loud, but because his clear focus gives him strength. It filters the noise, removes the unnecessary, and keeps him aligned with what matters. He does not chase women because he understands the cost. It is not just a loss of time, it is a loss of self-respect, momentum, and vision. He has made a choice to become excellent at one thing rather than average at many. And excellence requires sacrifice. He has let go of shallow validation to build deep fulfillment. He is not interested in being liked by everyone. He is committed to being respected by the right few. When temptation comes, he does not run toward it blindly. He steps back, examines it, and asks, "Does this serve the man I am becoming?" That single question allows him to cut through illusions. He does not fall for surface-level beauty when it costs him inner peace. He does not abandon his goals for a moment of attention. He understands that the pursuit of women who are not aligned with his path only leads to distraction disguised as excitement. Because his focus is powerful, his energy is potent. People feel it when he walks into a room. He does not need to sell himself. His discipline does that without a word. He does not need to prove his worth. His results speak louder than opinions ever could. He is not swayed by popularity, trends, or shallow approval. He has committed to something greater, and that commitment has made him rare in this rarity. He finds his power, and in this power he becomes magnetic, not because he tries, but because he is too focused to be desperate, too disciplined to be needy, and too purpose-driven to ever chase what does not match the frequency of his future. The man who refuses to chase women has uncovered one of the most powerful secrets known to the few who rise above the crowd. He has learned to control and redirect his sexual energy. While others waste it chasing pleasure, he channels it to build power. What most see as mere lust, he sees as fuel. What most spill through weak decisions, he stores, refines, and uses to dominate his craft, his body, his vision. This energy, when uncontrolled, leads men to desperation, distraction, and decay. But when mastered, it sharpens the mind, strengthens the will, and expands influence beyond anything surface-level attraction could ever offer. He understands that sexual desire is not weakness. It is raw power. It only becomes weakness when it controls the man instead of the man controlling it. He has studied himself. He has seen how the urge can take over, how it can whisper lies, how it can convince him to settle, to chase, to act out of hunger instead of clarity. And so he made a decision, not to suppress the urge, but to govern it, to rise above the animal and step into the Creator where others seek release. He seeks to rise. He does not chase because he knows that the energy he saves by not chasing multiplies his potential. It fuels his workouts with intensity. It gives his thoughts sharpness and his speech command. It strengthens his ability to delay gratification, and in that delay, he finds elevation. He has experienced the edge that comes from transmutation, the quiet fire behind his eyes, the stillness in his presence, the surge of life that turns to strategy, creation, and discipline. He has watched as other men give away their edge for a few seconds of pleasure. He has watched them lose focus, lose time, lose self-respect. He has seen how they trade their purpose for validation, how they empty themselves trying to impress. But he no longer lives at that level. His energy is sacred, and he does not waste it. He uses it. He guards it. He recycles it into action, And because of this, he becomes unstoppable. The fire that once burned him now builds him. It drives his ambition. It empowers his vision. It wakes him before the alarm and keeps him disciplined. After the thrill wears off, the strength of this man is not that he has no desires. It is that his desires do not rule him. They move through him, but they do not lead him. He does not chase women because he no longer views them as the destination. He sees them as one piece of a greater empire he is building. And when he speaks, when he moves, when he shows up, the force behind him is undeniable, because behind the calm exterior is controlled fire. And behind that fire is a man who no longer gives his power away, for free confidence is not inherited. It is not given. It is not found in compliments, followers, or attention. Real confidence is forged in the quiet hours, in the repetition no one sees, in the relentless pursuit of mastery. The man who never chases women does not rely on charm or tricks. His confidence is the result of competence. He has earned the right to stand tall because he has built himself brick by brick. Every skill he has sharpened, every habit he has locked in, every challenge he has endured, it all forms the foundation of an inner belief that cannot be shaken by opinions or rejection. He knows that you cannot fake strength. You cannot pretend to be high value for long without collapsing under the weight of the act. He does not act confident. He is confident. And the reason is simple. He has done the work. He has taken time to master his craft, to develop his mind, to push his body. He has watched himself improve and overcome. He has stared down weakness and defeated it with discipline. And because of this, he no longer needs to chase anyone to feel seen. When he walks into a room, he does not need attention. He brings it with him, not because of arrogance, but because of alignment. He has spent time becoming excellent in the areas that matter. His health is not an accident. His mindset is not luck. His presence is not a gimmick. Everything about him speaks of investment. He has turned his time into talent, his frustration into fuel, and his silence into strategy. This man does not seek permission to feel worthy. He has given himself that permission by becoming competent in his purpose. He knows what he's capable of, not because someone told him, but because he has proven it to himself. In every failure, he found feedback. In every setback, he found strength. That kind of experience cannot be taken away. And that is why he no longer chases. Because what he was once chasing, he now outgrows. He does not need someone else to validate him, because his results do. He does not need to be told he is enough, because he has seen what he can create. And that inner knowing changes everything. He is not insecure when someone pulls away. He is not shaken when things don't go as planned, because he knows the value he brings. He knows the difference he makes. He knows the standard he lives by. Competence breeds certainty, and certainty draws others in without trying. The man who is confident through competence does not chase, because he is already moving. He is building, learning, becoming. He is a man in motion, and motion creates momentum. And momentum, unlike attraction, cannot be faked. It is seen, it is felt, and it always commands attention without ever needing to demand it. The man who never chases women has mastered a rare mental discipline that most will never understand. He has detached himself from the outcome. While others live and die by results, by replies, by who stays and who leaves, he remains unmoved. He is not cold. He simply knows that the outcome is never fully in his control, but his actions, his energy, and his standards always are. And because of this, he is free. Free from desperation, free from disappointment, free from bending who he is just to influence a result that was never his to own. This man understands a powerful truth. Neediness repels, certainty attracts. When you cling to the outcome, you stop growing and start begging. But when you detach, you reclaim your power. You stop asking, will she choose me? And instead ask, am I choosing the life I was meant to build? He is not indifferent. He is deliberate. He knows what he wants, but he refuses to chase it. Because when you chase, you imply it is beyond you. When you chase, you tell the world you don't yet deserve what you're pursuing. He would rather become worthy and let what is aligned flow toward him. He doesn't crumble when a conversation ends. He doesn't spiral when he's left on read. He doesn't chase closure or force connection. He remains grounded because his identity isn't tied to how others respond. His self-worth is not hanging on someone else's attention span. He is rooted in who he is, and nothing external can uproot that. He knows he will win in the long run because his habits ensure it. He knows that the right people will recognize what he offers because he lives in alignment, not performance. This detachment is not apathy, it's clarity. He feels deeply but chooses wisely. He shows up with effort but not with obsession. He gives without expectation, and that freedom makes his presence powerful. He is the one who can walk away, not because he doesn't care, but because he cares more about staying true to himself than clinging to something that doesn't fit. And that kind of energy cannot be ignored. He knows the world is full of people stuck in emotional extremes, either too attached or too afraid, but he stands still in the center, aware, calm, unshaken. He has learned to pursue without obsession, to desire without dependence, to engage without losing himself. And because he doesn't need it to go his way, it often does. Because he doesn't chase, he draws in. Because he doesn't force, he flows. The man who detaches from the outcome lives with peace in a world addicted to results. He is not playing to win someone. He is playing to build something. And when you're building something unshakable, you no longer worry about who stays or who walks away. You are already becoming the kind of man whose life no longer needs to be validated by anyone's presence except your own. The man who never chases women has made a decision that separates him from the masses. He lives for a vision, not for validation. His path is not shaped by likes, opinions, or fleeting approval. It is shaped by something deeper, something immovable. While others scroll through life hoping to be seen, he builds in silence, knowing his time will come. He is not looking for recognition because he has already recognized who he is. His value is not up for negotiation, and his identity is not formed in the eyes of others. He does not move to impress. He moves with intention. Every step he takes is toward a future he has already seen in his mind. That vision pulls him out of bed early, keeps him up when the world sleeps, and drives him to refine every detail of his mission. While most men seek validation through attention, flattery, or pursuit, this man earns his validation through progress, not through applause, but through alignment. And because he lives by vision, he is immune to emotional turbulence. He doesn't need a response to feel worthy. He doesn't need a relationship to feel complete. When he walks into a room, he is not measuring his worth by how many eyes turn. He already knows who he is. He does not chase women because he does not need anyone to remind him of his strength. His confidence is built from 1,000 days of showing up, even when no one watched. His power comes from keeping promises to himself, not from being chosen by someone else. He has built his self-respect through effort, his clarity through solitude, and his discipline through delayed gratification. Living for a vision means saying no to distractions dressed as opportunities. It means walking alone when the crowd demands conformity. It means letting go of instant pleasure to pursue long-term impact. The man who lives this way does not fear missing out. He fears living without meaning. And when you meet a man like this, you feel it. His presence is grounded, his words are measured, and his actions carry the weight of purpose. He does not need validation because he has purpose. He does not seek to be desired. He seeks to become undeniable. And when women do come into his life, they are not the goal. They are a reflection of his standards. He does not chase because what he's building is bigger than romance. His business, his health, his philosophy, his legacy, these are the things that shape his days. And because of this, he becomes magnetic. Not because he's trying, but because he's becoming. He understands something most never will, that the deepest form of confidence comes when you stop living to be seen and start living to be significant. His validation doesn't come from the outside because he wakes up every morning and earns it from the man he was yesterday.